Hey y'all, welcome back to the pink envelope. I have Just Greenery Summer full spoilers. So, I know one of the stems in this box because I'm gonna do a hack at the end of this video, not a hack. What is a word if you're just like swapping something up? A little conversion, basically I'm gonna show you how to take your spring Just Greenery and your summer Just Greenery and make a red, white, and blue version for Memorial Day, for July 4th weekend. So literally, if you have the subscription, you can I bought 5 stems, I have them over here, and have a whole new look. So I called and was like, hi, if I want to do this, would the following blooms be appropriate? And I got approval from them to make sure I wasn't buying something rogue. So I do know one of the blooms that are in here. I know nothing else. Nothing else. But I'll tell you, I'm very, very excited because I feel like my spring bouquet is very universal. So if this one is summer and my spring is universal, that means I have 2 bouquets that are gonna last me all the way till fall. And then, will I be at 1 year at fall? I haven't calculated. Hold please. Fall will be my 5th box. So I'm completing 1 year with Just Greenery right now. Oh my gosh, that went fast. You've been having a lot of fun, obviously. Oh my gosh, okay, so yeah. I have loved all of my bouquets and wreaths I've received thus far. I hacked my spring one to make it more applicable to my bright yellow summer colors, but everything else I've been trying to hold myself accountable to enjoying it and packing it away, because I'll leave everything out and then I have it all out and you like lose that appreciation. So I've been trying to rotate as my new one comes in, but I do think I'm gonna break that rule for spring, summer. Full spoilers for you regulars. If you're new here, Just Greenery is a greenery subscription. They have a bouquet only option, a wreath only option, or a bouquet and wreath option. I believe they started at about $40 or $45. I forgot to look up prices, but it's reasonable. I think it's the wreath only starts in the 40s and then it goes up from there with the wreath and bouquet being around $120. I will put those exact prices down below in the description. You can use the code THEPINKENVELOPE to get 10% off your first box in a subscription. And I'm going to be showing you Full Bloom, which is the wreath and the bouquet in one subscription. And the bouquet ranges from about 18 to 20 plus stems. And the coordinating wreath is 18 inches to 22 inches in size. And so I'm going to show you what this one looks like. You can go back and look at spring. I think you could reach out to them and request a spring, or maybe they have it in the online shop if you're loving what you see. It's very universal, so it is definitely worth looking into. Obviously, summer is available, and I cannot wait to see what colors they went with. Ooh, I can see oranges and purples. Oh my gosh, they went full on color, and my little heart is rejoicing. Okay, like usual, let me pull some of this out and then I'll tilt it so you guys can kind of see. Hopefully not dump it. Look at the color. Look at the wreath. Just take a little gander right there real quick. That's a new style. We haven't seen this style yet. Quite literally, look at my fingernails. I just went in and got them done and I was like, I just want to make sure we're doing color, and there's a pop of orange. Looks like my nails literally match this box. Okay, let's get my stool and slide it over. All of our past Just Greenery boxes have been amazing, and I've done the wreath plus bouquet every single time. You can go on my playlist and look up the playlist there and see all of the past boxes. So if you're thinking about getting this, oh my gosh, the box is so big. If you're thinking about getting this but you're not sure, you can see all of them thus far. That is a great way to find out if a subscription is a good match for you. They send a mix of dried and faux. So there are some real dried flowers that come in. These guys are on top. Look like these guys over here, super fun. Hold on, so, I'll have to get in a minute. I was gonna pull the flower I knew. So they have them all bent. So like if you wanna do them at that height, you can. For the sake of having fun, I'm gonna stretch them out just because I'm interested to see how tall they are. This guy is a fun purple, like a black-eyed Susan, but they're purple. What's the name of this flower? Anybody know? Loving the purple pop. And then what is this? It's not spearmint, is it? No, I don't know. I have a bunch of these in different ones. Love them, because you literally could just stick this sprig in a vase like this and be done. Or you can add it in with a grouping like this. Crazy colors when you look at it from just like this. Looks so good in my office. Look at it with this wall. Loving that. But then you swing over and you get these fun pops of color. Love the droopiness in this guy. The blooms are very like lazy, and I love that. I wish I knew the name of flowers better. I would put that on my list as something that if I had spare time to play, learning flower names would totally be on it. Look at these. Some good filler. I love me some good filler. You can leave it in if you're a filler person. If you're someone who does not like filler, take it out. You don't have to use it. That's the good thing about this. So here's where we're at now. Dun, da, da, da. So this is the bloom I knew about because they sent it to me. I was like, I don't want you to spoil anything. However, I want to know if there's red in this upcoming project, and I didn't want them to tell me where or anything, and if these blooms will work. So I'll show you in a minute what I went with. Look at these purple blooms. I love these. I actually have the the real version of these in a bouquet for my Mother's Day bouquet that I built from Trader Joe's. Love these, love these, love these. Here's another one of the red guys to go in here. And then look at these. Are these poppies? Look at them. What are those right there? They have the like lamb's ear stem and leaf. Love, love, love. Okay. And then lift your wreath up, and underneath is your dried silver dollar eucalyptus. So obviously this is like all the way not styled, but here is my little bunching right here. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. As always, it's a hearty bouquet that we get. I'm trying to decide in this, let me go get a vase, and I'm gonna get wire clippers because I want to start pulling this together. Oh darn, I don't have a copy of, she sent me this early. I was like, can you send my box early? And she said yes. I don't think I have a copy of the little QR code that goes in here that shows you all the stem types, all the styling options, and all of those things. So let me go grab a vase real quick and let me see if I have that on my phone. Okay, so shimmy these guys right here. There is no correct vase for these guys. You decide what style, type, size of vase you want. I've got 3 completely opposite vases here. Home Goods, Target, 3rd and Main. All of them will accommodate these. Now, your smaller vases, you're gonna have to cut some of the stems down. So like for instance, this guy right here, at the bottom of this vase still is a little bit awkward in height. But just snip him down. Just snip him down. Or if snipping's too much of a commitment, like the Just Greenery girls had, bend him and stick him in, and he'll be the correct height. I mean, y'all guys can't even see that because it's all so tall. So we're gonna style. Let's style this out real quick, see the whole bouquet as a whole, pull out the wreath, and then I wanna show spring versus summer, and I want to show my red, white, and blue hack so that you can turn spring or summer into a very patriotic look. Okay, so I don't even know how to show you guys. I ended up clipping nothing, bent the bottoms of the ones I thought should use bending, and did a single side design, meaning that if you look at it from this side, you're gonna be like, oh, what are we doing here? I'm gonna put it up against a wall, so I wanted all of my color to the front. If you were gonna put it on like a kitchen island or somewhere, you would design 360 so it looks pretty from all sides. So I pushed it where I had focal points of my favorite colors. I'm gonna optimize these reds during patriotic season, so I wanted them more as an accent. I think these are divine, so I put them front and center to call all attention. I used these as height and used my greenery stems as filler in the back and didn't make them over like emphasized, so to speak. Of course, I could like bend this in a different manner, so this is a little higher. I could make the greenery come up to balance out the purples if I wanted to. You really can do whatever you want to do. I also will have like this as a focal point, and if about a month goes by or whatever, I'll turn it into this. And take it where I bring these guys as a focal point as the new color. And so you could do that 3 times to have 3 completely different looking bouquets. Also, I wanna shoot straight with you guys. I'll be honest in saying that these are not my favorite. Like when I look at these, I'm not like, oh, I love these. If you get a stem you don't like, just take it out. Just take it out. Now, I'm gonna leave it in because I do like it as a balance. It's just not my favorite, but it made me think to remind y'all that you can remove anything. Maybe you don't do purples in your home and you're like, no thank you. Take it out. It's that easy. Okay, let me set this to the side and pull out the wreath so we can take a look at that, and then we'll do some comparing and playing. Here is the wreath. I love that they did a bias design. And of course, I'm a little extra passionate that the flower I love the most is the highlight of the wreath. So let me spruce it a little bit. You've got to do that with all of the flowers because, right, they don't want them to get messed up, so they pack them around with tissue. When you get your bouquet, when you get your wreath, spend just a little bit of time sprucing them up, bringing them back to life after they were, you know, taking a little siesta. I did want to say, so see this white flower? Oh, you might not even be able to see it. See that white flower right there? If you get your flower and you're like, what the heck? It just fell backwards. Get your fingers behind it. I don't know if I can do it backwards. Here, let me just, and you just pull it forward and then look, it's a perfect bloom. So it's not messed up. You just have to get it because it's that like slouchy, like relaxed bloom. You just have to push it forward and then it's perfect. There's some eucalyptus, real dried eucalyptus in here. There is the white flower that is like the sister to this guy except for it's white, but it has a very relaxed look. We've obviously got my favorite flower in here and then the greenery filler in here as well. She's starting to come to life. Look, you can see her a lot better now. She has some more energy as we're getting her all fluffed up. So your choice. You can hang it like this. You can hang it like this. You could hang it like this, and if you've been at my house, you have seen on my videos, like, let me think about this in thirds. This is one of my favorite, where it's like at the clock of 3 o'clock and what, 9 o'clock are your blooms, leaving a portion empty where it's not so straight on, but it's hung at a weird angle. And then I did one reel, I don't know if I still have it, I'll put it in, where I just like showed myself turning it and how no matter which way you hang it, it looks great. Love it. Real grapevine wreath base, which is always nice because you can add in blooms at your leisure should you want to. And if you watch my spring video, you can see I added in a bunch of blooms because I wanted more yellow. Let me go grab spring, that'll be fun. Okay, so here is spring. I have it luckily in a slightly shorter vase because I don't know we'd be able to see it. But like, see how this guy goes good with both? I feel like, I mean, this is obviously more light-hearted spring blooms, but I have to say, I love that this goes complementary with that guy and the more deeper, rich tone blooms. And so this is where I wanted to get into a little bit of the hack of turning your current bouquets that you already have with Just Greenery into a very patriotic red, white, and blue look by only adding maybe 5 stems. So I ran to JoAnn's first. After I got to JoAnn's, I found out that they are redoing their floral department, and I had to beg them to sell me these 2 blue cornflowers. Absolutely ridiculous. But I did get 2 stems, which is great. So then I couldn't get anything else there. So I had to get back in my car, drive across town to Hobby Lobby, where they had very, very few red floral options. In fact, it was really weird that JoAnn's and Hobby Lobby were both pretty much out of florals. I did grab these. I'm gonna put the SKU numbers down below, so if you're like, what is that particular flower? I will have their name, their little code, you know how Hobby Lobby has those little 6-digit codes down there. So if you wanna get these, you can. But I was like, oh my gosh, I am so glad I did not have to run around to collect this many, because if I needed this many stems, it would not be possible. Would not happen. Wouldn't happen. There's 0 variety. I mean, if you want roses, you're set. If you want hydrangeas, you're set. Outside of that, you're gonna be up a creek. Like, there was not variety. There's variety in color, not variety in style. There we go, that's how I should clarify it. So that's what I was like, well, good thing I was only planning to hack these. You decide which one you want to hack as your base and go from there. I'm straight up gonna mix the 2 completely. We'll see if I'll ever be able to mix them. But here's what I'm thinking. As you can see on my spring bouquet, I didn't bend. I just snipped them all off and kept them in a short bouquet. So since I'm thinking I want to leave those long, I think I'm gonna hack this one a little bit more. I'm gonna stand up because it's getting serious. So I'm gonna pull the white ones out and put them with my red, white, and blue. All of these, oh, be careful, that are just, very springy, pretty. I'm just gonna move them over here and I'm gonna save them. Those are my 2, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, these are my 2 favorite they've ever sent. I think these are just so me. Love those. Man, the lavender smells so stinking good. Yeah, we're leaving it. We have to leave it. It smells so good. That's real dried lavender. Blue cornflower, that's what made me go buy more blue cornflowers. We got one in the spring bouquet, so I just went and bought the closest match I could find in blue cornflowers. So the spearmint green, we have 1 sprig in here as it's an accent. It is more of a feature in this. I think we have 2 or 3 of these in this one. I'm gonna put those in because I love those. I'm gonna pull out my beautiful yellows. I love them. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this greenery from spring or not. Definitely gonna remove the purple. I'll start a maybes pile in my chair. This is getting kind of crazy. So maybe greens, no purples. Can I scoot this over and y'all still see? How about, let me see if I do this. I'm gonna run over and see if I can zoom out because we're getting crazy in here. Oh, that's max right there. We're all the way out. Okay. I want the whites. Okay. Whew, so this is what I gotta decide. Do I wanna keep these or not? And this kind of follows the same patterns of these greens, which are more of a speckly green, and I don't know if I wanna go there because I have to say that I am loving these greens. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pull these summer greens out. The problem with bent stems, they get caught. They're a little trickier to work with, but then you have more options, so. Such a good problem to have. Too many flowers, not enough desk. I love it. I really like these, so I think I want these in here. So they're bent. Let me just make sure they're really bent. And I'm with these as my background. And then I want to pull the one accent sprig that goes with this and move it over. I'm just going to bend it because I don't want to lose it. And put it here. Look how nice and full that makes that. Okay, we've got a great green background. We've got height, we've got width. I definitely want these red firecracking looking blooms. These are epic. I wanted more like this, and JoAnn's and Hobby Lobby had nothing even close, nothing close. You get a freaking red rose, and I was like, I am not buying a red rose. Okay, bend down the cornflowers. For the sake of like keeping track, I'm gonna leave these tags on so we know which came from which. And then after we're like done with the design, we can take them off, but I'll forget if I don't leave them. Love. Let's add some whites. I'm gonna turn this on in a second. I won't finish it. I'll turn it around before I finish it so you guys can see the direction, but let me get a direction first. Okay, so this is where we are right now. A little naked, but you can see where I'm going with the red, whites, and blues. I am still using just the cornflowers, which came in my spring bouquet, plus the couple that I bought. Okay, once again, I'm doing a very one-sided biased design. But here's kind of where we are right now with just red, whites, and blues. I think we should add in a couple of these. These were $6 each at Hobby Lobby. Okay. What do we think? This is with the reds being at accents and the whites and the blues being a focal point. Everything is just greenery except for I added these 3 red looking things from Hobby Lobby and the 2 cornflowers. I feel like it's very red, white, and blue without screaming red, white, and blue. And those red blooms that came in the Just Greenery Summer literally look like firecrackers. Like they're epic. And I grabbed these a little bit blind. I think they're great accents. And I didn't know if the yellow in these was gonna bother me, but I think it's the perfect addition to break things up. If I had a wider mouth base, I would definitely put in this lavender because it smells so, so good. You also can alternate your greens out. Like I have all of these greens that I did not even use that are still an option. And then depending on your personality, we've got, let me just hold these up. All of these blooms left over. Woo, this one's real crazy. Get back over here. That you could add in to mix and match and start creating your own colorful designs. And this is what I have been loving, and which is what made me start thinking, like, how many do I have at this point? Now that I have 4 wreaths and 4 bouquets, I have an epic line to start mixing and matching my designs, which is why I was like, man, I think I can grab a couple stems and have a epic red, white, and blue design. And I do. Okay, so let's put this guy here. I almost feel like, okay, hold on, gotta get my orientation. Is that hat? Move, little antlers. That looks cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. This would be cute hanging with a set of antlers, like if antlers were in it. Very cute. Okay, since I've got them all back out, I think we should play with this. This time I'm gonna desk build, which is always, creates a completely different result. Okay, so put this like this. And then let's see if we can go a little more 360 with this design, using these to go around the outer edge and create that balance, using the purples as a center anchor to some degree. Since our real eucalyptus have shorter limbs, I'm gonna plug those in at the very end, I think. I'm gonna slide a couple in, rotate, slide a couple in, rotate. And I'm pairing the orange poppies with the purple in this case, like this. So slide a couple in, lift the whole thing up, and then add these guys in. One more. These colors are just so, so good. Okay. And I'll add these here. So you could chop these because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 individual blooms if you wanted to. If I keep it straight, because this vase is so tall, it might give me the height I want to just put it in the center and leave it as a center anchor for this. Because once again, I'm wanting a more 360 design. Same thing, if I do this guy straight, he's gonna be at a good height. And this is where it's a bonus not to cut your stems, because you can do what I'm doing here when you have your full stem. Yeah. See if I can go to the center with him as well. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Whoopsie. And then let's plug these guys in. Love silver dollar, love it. Got some back there, I can't tell if y'all can see it, but there is some. Okay, so here is a very tall 360 design where all of the sides are just a little bit different. Let's see, I want to show that purple a little bit more on that. Isn't that fun? And so I go through this every time. I almost always put this on the fireplace or on the base of the fireplace or in the entryway on that long gray piece. This guy I always struggle with. I want him on the front door because he's so beautiful. I feel like walking up is such a great presentation. But then I also like him hanging in the center of my fireplace as an anchor piece. If the wreath is in the center and the lower left or right hand corner is the bouquet, coordinating, not matching, it has such a good look. So I usually move it back and forth depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm having like people over and we're out in the front yard, then I put this on the front yard. If I have people over into the living room, then I hang this on the fireplace mantle. Although my spring and this one are great, I may be able to get have my cake and eat it too, so to speak, having them on both sets. I think it's pretty easy to say, I love this subscription. I love greeneries, so that's why I love the subscription. I love the easeability. I love the price point. But what happened to me today is a great example of what I do not like doing. I don't have enough time. Time is my precious commodity to run around to a bunch of different stores in hopes that they have what I want. With Just Greenery, they give me everything I need. And then if I want to go pick up a couple of stems to make a tweak, I absolutely can, but I don't have to, and that's a beautiful thing. I don't have the QR code, but they do designs. They tell you about each stem, how many of each stem there are, the types of stem that you get, how to decorate with them, ideas on stacking them. So it's pretty easy to see that these are some full, tall, big bouquets and creative, non-boring layouts for wreaths. So we're in the midst of home decor, but we're not done yet. So we still have a few more home decor boxes coming. Then I'll start doing our summer decorating where we're showing all of these things in action in several different places. I am remodeling my house. You've probably heard some banging in the background. I'm remodeling the master bathroom and I'm adding on a half bath. So like a fourth of my downstairs is like a mess. So summer decorate with me timing could be interesting because I not only have that going on, about to head to some summit, we'll be out of town for a week. So it'll come eventually. This might be a little later than I normally do when I'm sharing decorating videos. But you could always go down to the playlist below, and I can link it up here, I think. This says home decor boxes, and that's gonna have all the latest summer content. So if you wanna peek through those and see which ones are mixing and matching well, that is your go-to source. And I'll be adding to those on the reg. I've been blogging, so very proud of myself because it's not something I'm always the best at remembering to do, but I've been working on it. So if you want to see the Just Greenery blog post, well, you can see almost every video I release is on the blog. There's photos. So like for Just Greenery, since I'm making different bouquets and doing different things, it's a great way to see the different variations that I'll be doing as I add photos over there. So feel free to hit up www.thepinkenvelope.com. Oh, I think I'm not supposed to say the www anymore. That can be comment below. I said that the other day and somebody made fun of me. And I couldn't tell if I should be making fun of them because you are supposed to say www, or if they were right in making fun of me. So maybe hit me up so I don't make that mistake again. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. And if you subscribed to my channel, you're gonna see some really cool things coming up really soon. See you later, guys. Bye, y'all.